I'd like to call the Tuesday, July 10th, 2018 Community Redevelopment Agency meeting to order. It's approximately 5:27 p.m. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Board Member Burgess. Here. Board Member Roth.
Here.
Board Member Bailey.
Here.
Board Member Maldonado. Here. Board Member Faircloth.
Here.
Vice Chairman Shelley.
Here.
Chairman Porter.
Here. Are there any additions, deletions, and deferrals? None? Okay.
No, sir.
Tab 1 is the approval of the minutes. Is there a motion? Is there a second? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Tab 2. New business. Commissioner.
Yes, Mayor. Staff recommends the CRA Board approve a commercial enhancement grant award for Yardie Spice for the maximum allowable amount of $25,000. This business is located at 225 South Chrome Avenue, Homestead, Florida, 33030. The location of the building makes it eligible for a 75% contribution by the CRA and a 25% contribution by the applicant. Improvements include a new lighted sign, a new door, and exterior painting.
Any questions from board members? Ms. Faircloth?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I have a question while I pull this up. In reading this, why do we approve it at the maximum allowable amount when what they were requesting was less?
Sometimes once improvements start, there are unexpected repairs that need to take place in order to complete the job. So we always approve for more to cover any unforeseen repairs.
So for this one, I believe it was $5,000 they requested?
Yes.
Okay.
They estimated that the repairs would be around $5,000.
And then my other question, and this question is across the board for all of them, all of the applications, the quotes that you've attached to the packets, are those the quotes that you were using? Because it looked like it was more quotes and I wasn't sure which one you were going with. So how does that process work?
They get 3 quotes and we go with the lowest one.
The lowest one?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I have no further questions for this application.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Roth?
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple too, real quick. First of all, the term of the lease that's included in here expires in this November. And I think I brought this up in the past. I feel a little strange giving somebody $25,000 when their lease is expiring in 4 or 5 months.
The applicant, well, the owner has assured us that the lease will be renewed. However, the owner did sign an affidavit stating that they won't sell the property within 2 years of the improvements being made. And also, they won't make any substantial changes to the improvements that we made within 2 years in accordance with our guidelines. So if for some reason Yardie Spice, the agreement is not renewed, then the improvements still will stand for another 2 years.
Okay, and then in their actual lease, it does say that the property is actively for sale, that if the property is sold, then they would have to enter a new lease with a new operator. But what was confusing to me about, we'll set that aside for a second, what was confusing was some of the bids. There was an exterior bid price for $600. Then there was a bid for $14,000 in there. And are we talking about just strictly painting his storefront? Or are we talking about painting the entire building on the outside?
Strictly his. This bid is strictly for his storefront.
Strictly just for his storefront. That leads me to wonder, you know, this is a very small storefront. It's about a 10 or 15 foot span of an entire building there that we're going to improve for a certain part, but the rest of the building is going to look the same as it does now. And as what's going down there across the street from there is the new parking garage. And I would think that it might be more beneficial for that area to redo that entire building on the exterior versus a small section of that building. So it kind of spans Chrome Avenue, goes back up, I think it's First Drive or Second Drive, First Road there. And just to cut out a little small section of that building, when the rest of the building is going to look as it does today versus what this is going to look like after they get done with it, it's kind of strange to me. But I don't know if there's anybody has any other thoughts about that, but I would think that that whole building, and that's why I was excited about that $14,000 bid in there, that maybe the whole building's going to get a facelift, not just his little spot there. So that's all I have for now, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So the applicant requested 5,000. You're awarding them 25,000.
Up to 20.
Up to 25. So anything that's below the 25, you get back to repurpose into the program, right?
They don't receive, this is reimbursement.
That's what I'm saying. But anything short,
Yes.
if it's only $10,000, the 15 comes back into the program
Correct.
to be reallocated.
Correct.
Okay. Ms. Fairclough.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. That was a great suggestion, Councilman Roth. Perhaps we can recommend that the owner of the property consider having the entire exterior painted so that it's consistent, not just that little slither of the building refreshed and refurbished and not the rest of it, since you've awarded a ceiling of up to 25, but that would be a different application. Would it be a different application?
It would be, and staff and I did discuss that, and so because this one was already submitted
Right.
as it is and approved as it is, we had to accept it this way, but we did discuss meeting with the owner, because the owner can submit an application on her own behalf to have the entire building
Right.
painted.
And as part of the Community Redevelopment Agency, I think it's very important for us to be proactive as well. So reaching out to them to consider having that entire exterior painted, I think would be a step in the right direction.
Staff has reached out to the owner and also looking at not just painting her building, but the parking lot pavement
lot.
the parking lot needs to be repaved. So we were getting an estimate on how much those repairs would cost to see if they would fall under these grant guidelines. So we do recognize that it would be beneficial to the downtown area to
Right.
have that corner look really nice once Homestead Station is up.
Right. And thank you for moving forward with this application so that we don't hold up the applicant with, revitalizing his particular commercial spot, but definitely moving forward with refurbishing the entire building.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Bailey?
I just wanted to second that as well. It would be wonderful to have the whole building done, of course, but I'm really excited for Yardy Spice to get that. They've been a great contributor to the community ever since I remember them coming in, and I'm very happy for them and look forward to everything continuing on that block there. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Mayor?
As far as what's the queue as far as the number of applicants right now that are waiting to have decisions made? Do we have a large number of people waiting in line? Do we have sufficient dollars to cover them, or looks like there's excess dollars? Kind of where is the facade program?
We only have one more applicant that is waiting that we will present to the board to the SWAC next month, and then to you all the following month. And that's it for the current applications. We had put the program on hold until we got all the ones that were in queue taken care of. So these three and then just one more.
Okay, and the reason I asked the question is some of the discussion that's come up from my colleagues tonight is, when we originally designed or came up and approved this facade improvement program, we had not invested as much money into the downtown. So I think the idea was trying to find some way to spur revitalization in areas that, within the CRA, and this was a way of allowing people who were willing to take that initiative themselves to come in, apply for a way to the commercial facade within the downtown, and piece by piece start to build a brighter downtown. Well, now that we've invested a lot of money, and some of the suggestions of my colleagues is maybe we should start looking at it from a broader picture and relook at, should the city pick areas and start putting chunks of money into one building or with one property owner to kind of piece by bigger piece, start adding to what we've already initiated now, since we have a whole different palette, I guess, to work with in our downtown. So just something to throw out there, I guess, based on some of the comments from my colleagues, and that's why I was asking, is there a large queue such that changing the rules going into the next budget season may be problematic because we're already booked way out for, a year or so in advance. But it seems like there is an opportunity to potentially really look at that and how to use the monies in a more effective manner. So just something to put out there as well. Thank you.
Well, and to that point, I agree, because if we take a large amount of money and spread it over a very, very large area, there's no impact. It's not seen as much as if you put that large amount of money in one centralized location, and then that gives growth and productivity a chance to grow around that investment. That's what we're doing with the downtown district right now. But when you take those pots of money and you put 25 here, and then 5 miles down the road you put 25 there, you never see a cohesive effort to try to do any. It would be like five houses on one street or one whole block, or I think everybody's talking the same thing. So, I mean, it does make sense as we invest redevelopment dollars to do as much as we can in an area. So it's something we can walk up to and point to and say, hey, look, we did this block, or we did this half a block. And I think we got a better chance to get a return on the investment than spreading it out. Not that these are spread out too far, because these are kind of all located in the same area, which is good. But I agree with everybody's comments. I think we should try to centralize and try to put everything as much as we can together. But Vice Mayor, anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Mr. Roth?
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, and the next item that comes up is actually right across the street from there too, and that's why when I saw that $14,000 bid, I was like, wow, maybe they're just going to do this whole area, because now we got the parking garage going up, and we're revitalizing the area itself, and I don't know what the process would be to try to help some of these people that are in that immediate area, and speed up the process, maybe get this done in tandem with what's going on with the building down there. Obviously, that building won't be done until sometime in the summer of next year, so we have time to figure that part out. But I'm with making those improvements, and I mean, we've taken a giant step here, and I think it'd be foolish not to continue it on a smaller scale and help some of these other people that may not be able to afford to, beautify their facades and give them an opportunity to conform to what's actually happening down in that area. So I'm with you guys, so I appreciate that. Thanks, Mayor.
Sir, thank you. Well, hopefully the intent of the investment that the city's put in is it drives property values up around, and then therefore there's more access to resources for individuals that want to improve their own structure. So there's a fine line that we're walking here, but I just think that what we're all talking about is consolidating our investment from CRA in a tighter circle, I think, is what we're all kind of talking about. So any more questions, any more comments on this, Mr. Roth? That was it.
Good, thank you.
This is a public hearing. Anyone like to come speak, you're welcome to come at this time. Seeing none, I'm going to close the public hearing. Any final comments or questions? Is there a motion? Is there a second? All in favor? Aye. Do we need a roll call on that, Madam Clerk?
Yes, sir.
Okay, roll call. Pardon me. Roll call, please.
Board Member Bailey? Yes. Board Member Burgess? Yes. Board Member Fairclough?
Yes.
Board Member Roth?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Shelley?
Yes.
Chairman Porter?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Tab 3.
Staff recommends the CRA Board approve a commercial enhancement grant award for Leon's Alternator and Starter, Inc. for the maximum allowable amount of $25,000. This business is located at 180 South Chrome Avenue, Homestead, Florida, 33030. The location of the building makes it eligible for a 90% contribution by the CRA and a 10% contribution by the applicant. Improvements include a new metal sign, a new back door, and exterior painting.
Any questions from the board members? He's been there a long time.
Yes.
Been there a long time.
Yes.
This is a public hearing. You're welcome to come if you want to speak. I'll close the public hearing. Any final comments? Is there a motion?
Move it.
Is there a second? Moved and seconded. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Board Member Fairclough?
Yes.
Board Member Bailey?
Yes.
Board Member Roth?
Yes.
Board Member Burgess? Yes. Vice Chairman Shelley?
Yes.
Chairman Porter?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Tab 4.
Yes. Staff recommends the CRA Board approve a commercial enhancement grant award for RPSF Real Estate, LLC, for the maximum allowable amount of $25,000. This business is located at 207 North Chrome Avenue, Homestead, Florida 33030. The location of the building makes it eligible for a 90% contribution by the CRA and a 10% contribution by the applicant. Improvements include exterior painting and a new rear metal staircase.
Any questions from board members? This is a public hearing. You're welcome to speak. I'll close the public hearing. Any final comments? Is there a motion? Is there a second? Moving to second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Board Member Roth?
Yes.
Board Member Bailey?
Yes.
Board Member Burgess?
Yes.
Board Member Fairclough?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Shelley?
Yes.
Chairman Porter?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Tab 5.
The attached professional services agreement is for consulting services relating to economic development, new market tax credits, community redevelopment, and other related consulting services as requested. This contract cannot exceed $50,000 for this year and should not exceed $50,000 for next year. The City of Homestead CRA shall compensate consultant at a rate of $75 per hour. All working time shall be paid as invoiced. Staff recommends that the CRA Board approve the attached resolution authorizing the CRA to enter into an agreement with Civic Consulting Group, LLC, for consulting services.
Questions from the board members? Ms. Fairclough.
So essentially, we're approving up to $100,000 for fiscal year up until, I think, September 30th, I saw, and then
$50,000 for this current fiscal year, and then $50,000 for next fiscal year.
beginning October 1st.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and this is to assist us with the new market tax credits, correct?
Market tax credit, economic development, also the opportunity zone. We are preparing ourselves to get in a position to be able to take advantage of the opportunity zone. So consulting services includes that as well.
So how long do we foresee we'll need these consulting services?
For new market tax, if we look at it based upon Homestead Station, we probably have another 3-4 months for that. And then after that, opportunity zone will have kicked in. So I anticipate needing the services through next year, through September of next year.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor.
Any other questions? This is a public hearing. I'll open up the public hearing. You're welcome to come forward. Seeing none, close the public hearing. Any final comments? Is there a motion? Is there a second? Moved and seconded. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Board Member Roth?
Yes.
Board Member Fairclough? Yes. Board Member Burgess? Yes. Board Member Bailey?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Shelley?
Yes.
Chairman Porter?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Any reports, anything, Mr. Manager? No public comments, nobody so far. Is there a motion to adjourn? Moved and seconded, all in favor? Motion carries. Give us about 5 minutes, and we'll go into the committee of the whole.